So people are joining. Wait for a while. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Audible? So in last class, probably we have discussed about the monocarpellary by our apocarpus and carpus. These things was over, na? These things was over? Yes. So we have to start with which one? Placentation. Very good. So today we will talk about placentation, fruit, and if time allow, about which one? Seed. Have a look. Placentation. What is this placentation? Arrangement of ovule in the ovary is called placentation. Because you better know, ovule attach with the wall of ovary, and wherever they attach, who is present? Cushion like a structure is present. Cushioning is there, and that cushion is what basically? Placenta. Getting the idea? Clarity came or not came? Now I am going to talk about the types of placentation. So NCERT wrote some types of placentation. That is what first it is what we are going to talk about. Marginal. Second it is exile. Third it is parital. Fourth it is free central. And fifth it is basal. And you keep in mind, it is a very important area from where question is going to ask. How many type of question going to ask from here? One, match of the following type. Another, they will give the diagram to identify the diagram type. They will give the striking character and asking about which type of placentation is there. Is it all right? So let's start with the marginal placentation. And most important area, question going to ask from example. And what are the example of the marginal placentation? P. What are the example? P. So, have any of you helped your mom in kitchen anytime? She told you remove the, peel the which one? Pod of the pea and give the seed. You helped your mom in kitchen or not sometime? Did it, na? Right, very good. So, when we remove the pea pod, when we break it, break into how many part? Two part. Pod remove into how many part? Two part. Agreed or not agreed? Agreed. Very good. So, what happened? Two sides are there. Just try to understand. It is one part of pea pod and it is another part of pea pod. My hand is there. Look. So it is connected like this. And there is a stitches. Here some stitches is there and lower side also some stitches are there. And these stitches are called sutures. These stitches are called sutures. So the stitches present on the ventral side is called surface is called ventral sutures, and who are present on the dorsal surface is called dorsal sutures. Sutures means stitches. Clarity came? Sutures means stitches. So I'm just drawing a rough sketch here. You will understand better. Have a look. Give your attention. If this one is here, it is pea pod. Pod is like this. Or not, why I am making that much? So you will find, make it smaller, and here it is pea pod. It is like this. and it is covered like this. Got the idea? So what are the character you have to keep in mind in the marginal placentation? A ridge is present at ventral sutures. And who is forming this ridge? This ridge formed due to cushioning. Because placenta attached. So they are forming a ridge. And from ridge on the ventral suture, ridge I told na, edge of the mountain is called ridge. From ridge on the ventral suture, ovules arise in how many row? In 2 row. So what are the probable question people ask from the marginal placentation? First example P, then they will told placenta attach and form a ridge on which suture? Placenta is present on which sutures? On the ventral suture. Sutures, look toward my hand. I am telling you sutures. This is one hand, this is another hand. I am joining. Look here. Are you finding something? See the hand? Some joint is there, some joint is there. Here, find here, joint is there. This is suture. These are stitches. Getting the idea or not? So, ovules are arise in which rows? 2 rows. Clear? So this is about the marginal placentation. Now we are coming on the second type of placentation, that is exile. Exile kind of placentation. First example, try to answer it without looking on your NCERT. I am just looking toward your screen. Well done. So what are the example? China rose, tomato, and another example is which one? Lemon. Very good. So this is about which one? Exile placentation. How it will look in the diagram about exile placentation. So look here. So here is the locules. Locules means chamber. Got the idea or not? So, and it is the axis. And this is which one? Septa. Septa. So what happened in exile placentation? What character we have to keep in mind? Ovary is multilocular. More than one chamber is there. So that is the reason multilocular. Getting the thing? Septa is present. And ovules arise from central axis. Arise from axis. These are the axes. From here, ovules are arising. When you cut the lemon, you find chambers are there. Many chambers are there in the lemon or not. Locules are there or not. Locules are there, na? It is there. Even you cut the tomato, you find locules are there in the tomato. Is it clear in the mind? Is it all right? It is not necessary in both number of locules are same. How many locules are found in tomato? Anybody can tell me when you cut the tomato, how many locules you find usually in tomato? How many tomato locules? If tomato nearby you, you are in home, cut it and tell me. Same tomato after cutting the lemon and tomato both. Got the idea? After cutting the tomato and lemon, then give me a practical answer. Tomorrow, I will wait for the answer. Don't worry. Look here. So, it is about which one? Exile placentation. And when ovule converted into seed, ovule later on, when you cut the lemon, it is converted into which one? Seeds. So, this is about which one? Exile placentation. What are the key point? Ovary is multilepter, septa is present, ovules arise from the axis. And these are the locules. Example is China rose, tomato, lemon. That's over. No need to give a lot of detailing. Unnecessary, it is the wastage of time. Now we are coming on parital placentation. Parital placentation. In parital placentation, without NCRT example, without NCRT, answer it. Try to answer without NCRT help. Very good. Correct answer is mustard and which one? Argemone. So if we draw a diagram of the parital placentation, look, it will appear like this. It is a diagram given in NCRT for parital placentation. What are the other than diagram and example we keep in mind about parital placentation? From here, theory question is going to ask in it. Keep in your mind. Ovary is unilocular. Unilocular, but it become a bilocular due to formation of false septum. And these false septum have a name not written in NCRT called replum. And another key point you don't forget from where question is going to ask is ovule attached at inner wall of the ovary. Ovules attach at which wall of the ovary? Inner wall of the ovary. Means ovule not arise from the axis. You look, this is the ovary wall. Ovary wall. And at inner wall of the ovary, who is attached? Ovule is attached. It is not arising from the axis. Understanding the idea or not? Clear in the mind? So these are the false septum. One of the key point examiner asks present in which placentation, and ovule attached at inner wall. They will also ask this line in the question. And another thing, they will ask example mustard and argemone. Nothing anyone going to ask more from you. Understanding came? Is it clear? So parital is over. Who is over? Parital is over. Now we are going to talk about which placentation? Free central. Free central type of placentation. So in free central placentation, first as usual we are following a trained example without NCRT. Answer. Without NCRT. Very good. Example is what? Dianthus and primrose. Dianthus and primrose. How the diagram appear? Look here. Here it is the central axis. And from here who is arising? Ovules are arising. So what NCRT wrote in a point, septa is absent. This is the difference between free central or exile. Otherwise, it is also multilocular. But it appears like unilocular because who is not there? Septa is absent. Septa get dissolved. Understanding the idea? Otherwise, without septa, how axis will form here? Axis going to form only now when many septa is going to fuse, then it is going to form axis now. Got the idea? So it is not there, it is dissolved. So that is the character you keep in your mind. In the case of which one? Free central placentation. Now finally we are coming on the last, that is basal placentation. So in here ovule arise from axis. Ovule arise from axis. In which one? Free central. Central axis better to write. Now basal. So as we are following basal, without NCRT, tell me the, okay, someone have written already earlier. Marigold and sunflower. Beautiful answer. Marigold and sunflower. Very good. So what are the character key point in the basal placentation? Single ovule are present at the base of the ovary. Single ovules present at the base of the ovary. This is which kind of placentation? Basal placentation. Example is marigold and sunflower. Who is over? Placentation over. And that small information, trust me, if you are able to handle very carefully, you are able to catch one question probably in NEET exam. That small information. No one asks you rocket science. Presentation is important. Small things only going to ask in exam. Nothing a big thing is going to ask. But what happened? When information becomes too much, first year, second year, bulk of information, we are not able to revise it properly. Right now, we are teaching presentation, you in mind coming na, what new here, what I don't know, I know everything, that kind of confidence came. But what happened? Due to lack of revision and whatever the things, 180 not coming in the exam na. Right now 80 students are listening. How many 180 came in the last paper? You wrote who have a 180 score, I will count all that 180. In the last paper botany 180, 180, 180, 180, right? I will just count how many 180 came. Questions are from root, stem and leaf only. Mistakes coming na, so bhaiya 3 paragraph. 170 good, 5 very good, but try to maintain 180. Don't be happy with 175. Got the idea or not? Don't be happy with 175. Why not 180? If root, stem, leaf is there only, so one answer came 180. See now how much 3-4 page of NCRT we asked. So you maintain a register. Why I am telling, it will help you to improve. And every paper analysis you write, suppose that you are writing botany. So you write what question I made a mistake in botany. You write the reason of the mistake. Factual question, but example is not in mind. Terminology is not in mind. Conceptual question, not understand the concept. Then ask to us. Third thing, assertion reason why I did the mistake. What interpretation I am not able to make. Where I missed. Getting the idea or not? One is question not understand properly. Key question was asking X, I was thinking Y. And another thing, question statement was ambiguous. Two type of meaning are coming from same question. How can I say examiner is thinking what? So in every paper, do this area. Trust me, you will got your weaker area. Which area I am weak, which area I am strong, and work on your weaknesses. Everything become great. Understand the idea or not? Everything become great. So who is over the placentation over? Now we are coming on what? Now we are going to discuss about fruit. So post-fertilization, everyone know, post-fertilization, and that is the reason we are, trust me, we are not torturing you people. We are not teaching you unnecessary topics, morphology. We are just trying to be as close to the NCERT. Right? Unnecessary your burden not increase. And at least you just do the perfections at the NCERT. So I am telling post-fertilization, what happened? Ovule converted into seed and ovary converted into fruit. So now our agenda is, first of all, we are going to talk about fruit, then we will talk about the seed. So let's start with fruit. Very good, very good. 685. Right. Very good. But target must be 720. Why 685 only? Target must be 720. Great. Now, just talk about the fruit. So, NCERT wrote there are two parts of fruit. Two parts of fruit is there. One part of fruit is called pericarp. And another part of fruit is what? Seed. So there are two components present in the fruit. One is what basically? Pericarp, not carp, pericarp. One word missed. Pericarp and another is seed. So if we talk about based on pericarp is differentiated or undifferentiated, there are two types of fruit. One is fleshy fruit and another one is dry fruit. So when we say a fruit is fleshy fruit is also called succulent fruit. That word is not written in NCERT. I am simply imposing you a word, not more than that. Succulent.